YouTube, what's going on? We back with another one. Welcome back to the channel, Real Rap with Kane. I ain't forget about the 2 videos I owe y'all. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm working on those. I want to make sure that my content is fact checked because it's a very important topics that I want to talk about. So I want to make sure that my data is actually completely accurate. I want to talk about today, right now, is a conversation, right? So anybody out there that's into hip hop, a little bit familiar with today's rappers. I'm only really familiar with them due to news and stuff like that, right? You got a rapper out of Brooklyn, New York named Casanova 2 times. I think he was paroled like 6 years ago. He did a bid or whatever the case may be. He was indicted a couple days ago along with 18 other people, right? A blood gang or whatever the case may be. So I didn't jump out here and start doing videos and jump on the wave early because I want to make sure that as close as possible, I knew what I was talking about, right? There's no information like bad information, right? What caught my attention today was, okay, as we know, last night he turned himself in. He turned himself into the feds to answer for his charges or what he's accused of doing or participating in. But there's a video circling around online of a young lady who's clearly being interrogated. She's supposed to be his wife's best friend or something like that. They supposed to have known each other like 19, 20 years, whatever the case may be. So she's being interrogated and they asking them questions. The agent or whoever's questioning her is asking her questions with respects to return arrow so it don't get loud like that again. I'm in Florida, so you know it's a little warm down here still. Asking her about her involvement, her knowledge of certain people within some type of credit card scam that they're asking her questions about, right? First thing I want to point out is that she's sitting in the room and she asked the agent pretty much, you know, after I tell you what you want to know, are you gonna let me go? He's like, nah, you arrested. Like, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Like, yeah, you tell and you still sit in that cell, which I would never understand, right? That's not for me to understand, right? But people are pretty much framing this saying that, oh, she got arrested and she told on Cass and his crew. That's the reason why Cass' name was on the indictment. The interesting part about the video, when you watch the video, right? When they ask about the dude Casanova and they say his real name, I think his real name Caswell or something like that, or whatever the case may be, right? When they ask specifically about him and she says, yeah, I know him. I don't know him by his government name, his actual name. I know him by his nickname. They tell her his real name. They say, well, how long have you known him? They ain't call him Casanova. They call him Caswell. I think they call him Caswell, whatever his actual first name is, right? And then the video cuts off, and then it jumps to another part of the interrogation, right? So people automatically saying, oh, she told on Cass, she told on Cass. You don't know if she told on Cass. Let me tell you something about the government. Let me tell you something about why they got a high conviction rate. I think it's like 98% or something crazy like that. It's because they're the best at mental games. They understand this better than anybody, right? So don't think this is by accident. This is purposely done. That video was purposely released. It's chess, not checkers. Because now I'm going to tell you what that video did. Because the video came out about a month ago. This isn't a new video. So anybody thinking, oh, she got picked up with them and she started telling. This is an old video from at least a month ago. There's no telling how long ago the actual interrogation was, but the video hit the streets about a month ago. So what did that do? That get people uneasy. So when they go in there and say, we know everything, she done told us. You don't know exactly what it was she told you. She said she know everybody. She been around everybody. She said who she pretty much worked for with the credit card scam. She said one dude name. I'm not gonna repeat no names like for what she said. You know what I'm saying? I only said Casanova name because the video has partly to do with him, and you know what I mean. But the dude she purposely told on, like directly, she clearly said that she used to pretty much work for dude. You can go watch the video yourself. You know what I'm saying? But so when these people approach them and they bring them in, it was like, I know you've seen the video. She already told us everything. You might as well go ahead and tell us. You know what I'm saying? You don't know exactly what it was she told. So you got people out there labeling, calling her this or calling her that, saying she's testifying on everybody. You don't know what happened. There's one person for sure we can vouch for that she told on. I don't think that's debatable. But this is the prime example why men, if y'all going to play them streets, you're going to be out there moving around. I'm not promoting anything illegal, but at least make it make sense. You feel what I'm saying? I don't understand why men continue to include women in street business, man. And it's not to say there's no thorough chicks up there. I know chicks that stand taller than dudes, but they few far in between. They few far in between, man. Because I'm telling you what, the only thing the police got to tell a woman is that they're going to take her kids. That's all they got to say. The only thing the police got to tell a woman is we're going to take your kids from you if you don't cooperate. That's all they got to tell them. That's it. Me being a man, I understand that. I overstand that. So guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to put you in a position to tell on me or you. Because I'm not going to have you in that position. Only thing you going to know is about what you heard through the street. I can't control what rumor mill is. I can't control what's said on the street. But I can control who I interact with and put in my business. And who have direct knowledge and information of my comings and goings. You know what I'm saying? Like I never understood that. I think dudes out here so bad want to say a female a rider. And females, y'all gotta know too, like, fall back, man. Y'all doing too much out there. You got females that want to hand to hand. You got females that want to traffic. You got females that want to line dudes up to get robbed and murdered. Look, female murders is at an all-time high. I mean, I can't speak for any other city, but I know in Philadelphia, like 2 or 3 just got killed this past week, man. 25 and under. Shot. Killed. Y'all doing too much, man. Because once you hit them bricks and you want to play in the streets with men, you got to play by the same rules. You don't get a pass because you got a vagina. You're going to get the same work and same penalty anybody else would, man. And if you lining dudes up, you know what come with that, man. I'm going to need females to fall back, man, and be women, man. And men, I'm going to need y'all to actually protect these women from themselves, man. If females want to go do the boosting tip or whatever the case may be, that's on their own time. But any of your affairs, what you got going on in the streets, they ain't got no business being part of, man. Our job is still to protect the woman, man. What part of the game did we forget about that, man? We still got to protect the women, man. Even if that protecting the woman is protecting her from herself, man. You understand? Like, I don't know when this became cool, man. I missed that part where this became cool. I know in the era I grew up in, but women were dealing with men on that kind of time because they had a need to know. It wasn't because oh yeah, I need her. I really need to have her in the mix right now. Nah. Because like I said, at the end of the day, only thing that agent, that cop, that detective, prosecutor, district attorney, whoever, child services, all they got to go is and say, look that woman in her eyes and say, yo, we about to take your kids, man. And it's over. It's over. She going to tell about stuff she did in kindergarten, man. Actually, that wasn't me that scribble-scrabbled and got that A. It was my man that scribble-scrabbled. I just took his work, man. They going to tell on everything, man. It don't matter what it is, man. But I expect them to. Especially if that's my chick. Because we both can't be in the pen. We both can't be upstate. We both can't be in the feds. While a relative is raising our kid or your kid going into foster care. Nobody out here want their kid in foster care. So like I said, it's our job to make sure them women got plausible deniability, man. That's always been our job. That's still our job. That will continue to be our job, man. Cut it out, man. I don't understand none of this new kind of time, man. I ain't breaking a petty crime with a chick next to me, man. Let alone any type of F's. I ain't doing nothing to that magnitude, man. You got me chopped, screwed, and twisted, man. But stop jumping to conclusions, man. Like, people talking about, oh, he telling and he ratting. Like, there's two things I would never put on a man's jacket. That's being a rat or a homosexual, man. If I ain't got the proof to back up what I'm saying, because I got to stand on it. If I call a man that, I got to stand on that, man. A rat or a homosexual is two things I would never call a man without solid proof, man. I mean, proof I can die with, man. But we definitely need to get back to understanding that there is codes out there. I know there's a new thing going around. It started with the dude with the situation in the New York club where somebody unfortunately lost their life. He wound up going to jail for a little while. Dude in jail right now fighting it. I don't really like the name drop and all that. But we understand, like, he was the one really running around promoting the whole streets. Streets is a myth thing, man. There's nothing mythical about the streets, man. There's nothing mythical about the streets. There are parts of the streets that's mythical. One of the main parts of the streets that's mythical, if you think, like, it's cool when y'all on the block, y'all all outside together, y'all breaking bread together, y'all getting money together, y'all hitting chicks together, y'all living life enjoying it, right? I got you, man. I got you, my G. No matter what happened, I'm gonna hold you down. Yeah, that part's mythical, cause it ain't too many that's still gonna be there when you upstate 5 years from now. When you upstate, you got 5 in. Only person, the average person that's gonna be there is your mother. That's the average person that's gonna be there is your mother. If you got a true homie that's like your brother, I mean, then it got to be a real. It's going to test the relationship. It's going to tell the truth. When them JPEGs start coming. You know what I mean? When you need deodorant, ain't no money on your books. You're going to see who in your corner, who not. But that whole that part of the streets, that part of the streets is mythical. If you think that them same dudes that you run around eating with going to be there with you through your whole bed, you lost your mind. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. But the streets itself, there's nothing mythical about the streets itself. The streets itself, it has real consequences, man. There's real penalties. It's real life. It's nothing mythical about the life. The problem with it is that people don't fully understand that you can't pick and choose what comes with the life. You understand? You can't say, oh, I want the money, I want the reputation, I want the women, I want the jewels, the clothes, the cars. But I don't want the feds. I don't want the rats. I don't want the snakes. No, all that come with it. I don't want the coffin. I don't want the bars. All that come with it. You can't pick and choose what parts of the street you're going to accept, man. But to run around here and tell these kids that, or tell these people that the streets is a myth, no, you false preaching, huh? You steering the kids wrong. Because that's why these old, there ain't no rules to this. Ain't no rules to this. I can do what I want. So I can be as radical as I want to be on them streets, but when I get caught, I can tell them everything moving, man. I could tell on that cat that I seen jumping out the Chinese store window with a piece of chicken in his mouth, man. That's the part about it that don't got goofy. It don't got goofy. It's wicked out there, man. It's wicked. But that's the reason for it. Because you got the blind leading the blind. You understand? You out here telling these people that the streets is a myth. The streets ain't real. It is real. Because guess what? Them janazas is real. Them funerals is real. Them football numbers they give you is real. There's nothing fake about none of that, man. Bullets hurt. That knife work hurt. You understand? Like all that hurt. That pain when you get sentenced and the bailiffs come get you, when they say take the defendant into custody, that pain in your mom's eyes, your wife's eyes, your kids' eyes, all that's real. Same way as the wheels and the clothes and biting out the bar and taking your wife or girl or a little side thing on, a little breezy on these trips or whatever you doing. Buying in the bags and all that. All that's real too. But guess what? The other side real too, man. Stop thinking you can pick and choose, man, of which side of it that you're willing to accept, you're willing to deal with. Because you can't be out here promoting in your music, street this, street that, kill this, sell that. And then when you get in a real situation that you help, now granted, dude was getting antagonized. I give him that. But I'm never going to trade places. If I personally deem somebody to be a sucker, because that's all he kept saying about dude. If I deem somebody a sucker, I'm never going to trade places with that person, man. I'm never going to get that person the energy they want, man, because I don't even respect them enough to even address them, man. You understand? But I also understand that this public face, public presence comes with scrutiny, man. Everybody not going to be in your corner. Everybody not going to support you. Everybody not going to like what you're doing. You're going to have critics out there. You got to take the good with the bad, man. So a situation, you help get out of control. You help the situation get out of control. When it get out of control fully, by fully meaning indictments is dropped. Grand juries are convened. Oh, now the streets is a myth. Nah. When you see people got away from you, because they ain't trying to get indicted, they ain't trying to go to jail with you, or they put it with my homies, they left me for dead. Well, that's on you, dummy, because you should already know, like, just because they eat with you don't mean they're your homies. What part about this don't people understand, man? Like, you bamboozled yourself. That will make the streets a myth, though. None of that make the streets a myth. That means you got caught up and found the hard way, what the average person who's been in the streets enough already know. You just had to find out on a different kind of time of what everyone already knew, man. This is one of the videos I was going to touch on anyway, so I might as well keep going on this one. Like, this whole streets is a myth narrative that people want to push because they got the wrong end of a deal or stuff ain't work out for them the way they thought it was going to work out. This stuff you already know when you engage in something crooked, man. You already know. I mean, that's life, period. Life, period, you got to take the good with the bad. So anything that don't work out for you, you're going to say is a myth? So all through, like, when people are kids, when men or women are kids, right? And they tell you to go to school, get education, get a high school diploma, go to college, get a degree, then go work somewhere in corporate America, or go work as a lawyer, go work as a doctor. So when that stuff don't work out for you in the back end, when you a freaking janitor and you ain't working in corporate America, you're not a lawyer, you're not a doctor, so you're going to say that part of life is a myth too? Because it didn't work out for you? Nah, don't make it a myth. It means it didn't work out for you for whatever reason. That's what that means. Life ain't always going to work out, man. You know what I mean? Like your plans don't always unfold the way you want it to unfold. You got to audible. You got to turn left when you wanted to go right. You got to go straight and make your own path. That's life, man. That don't make it a myth, though. You frauding what you trying to preach to these kids, man. That's why they out here like that. That's why they don't even respect older dudes. Because the older dudes is out of pocket, man. You supposed to be an old head, but you're not honorable. How you expect a young boy to respect you when you don't respect yourself, man? You ain't doing nothing respectable, but you want them to respect you? Why? Because you got a name. Because this goes back to what I said before. Because you got a name and a couple dollars, that automatically warrants respect. That ain't how that work, man. So anybody that think like that, go that way, man. You in the way, man. You staring these people wrong, man. These people peeping it, though. These kids ain't dumb, man. They still grown, even though I look at them like a kid because they 25 and all that. Like, they still grown. They got their own brain. They ain't retarded. They may do things that make you question their intelligence, but they not slow by a long shot, man. Especially if they really play around in the mud. Like, stop that, man. It's like you doing more harm than good. Make sure the youngest is getting taught right, man. Like, you can't, like I said, you can't backtrack now and get on some kind of time like something wrong with the streets. No, the streets always been the streets. The streets ain't never been mythical, man. Mythical is make believe. There's nothing make believe about the streets. Cause nothing make believe about somebody's life, man. Santa Claus and all that stuff is mythical, man. The Easter Bunny and all that's mythical. Like I said, there's nothing mythical about janazas. There's nothing mythical about funerals. There's nothing mythical about that time and football numbers they handed out, man. There's nothing mythical about Mama Tears. There's nothing mythical about that, man. What kind of time y'all on? I ain't standing with that, man. And I'm going to say something about it, man. Because there ain't enough people saying something about it. If you want to say parts that people are made to believe about it is mythical, I do understand that. I get that. Like I said, the part about you thinking people really going to ride with you all the way through and be there 10 years later when you come out of jail, that part's mythical. You be lucky somebody there with you a year after you've been up there. Whatever they send you to. And that's real. What they say? Your mom there forever, but none of your mans ain't right for nothing, man. Your girl be there, maybe she could do a couple, 2-3 years with you, maybe. Maybe. You think otherwise, you might as well go ahead and go to UPS or something, man. Because you bamboozling yourself, man. That's not the way it works, man. If you want to say that part of what people made to believe is mythical, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But that's not even mythical. That should already be understood. If you believe in these people when they tell you that foolishness, that's on you. That's not on them. You fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They beat you in the head with some foolishness and you roll with it. That's not on their jacket. That's on your jacket. Because we actually took the time out to sit back and learn the game before we hit the bricks, man. Especially those people that had to go outside. See, a lot of you people went outside and didn't have to go outside. And then your life turned out crucial. Your life turned out crazy. But you're the reason for it, man. You forced your hand on that. But the people that had to go outside, man, that had to really understand the principles and the fundamentals of it, ask them, is the streets mythical, man? I guarantee you they say anything I just said, man. Because there's nothing mythical about that, man. Just you dudes you dudes jumped out there with no parachute, man. And the consequences you paying for it, you don't want to pay. But we actually know it's crazy. I learned a lot on them corners, man. I know about what times, what mandatory minimums and what escalations was and all that. So you understood, don't get caught with a hammer and work. You understood, don't get caught serving in the school zone. You know what I'm saying? Basics, man. You know that was an automatic escalator. We knew how much this worked. 1.5 gonna get me this kind of time. 2.5, 60 grams, 100 grams. What's the difference? Difference is in time. 5 grams is this. 10 grams is this. 50 grams is this. 100 grams is this. So when that old saying, don't do the crime, you can't do the time. No, you're like, man, I got 2 in me. I can keep this on me. Because they snatch me, but I get 2. Or I get 12 months. Or I get probation. Or I get a diversion program. You knew all these things. You dudes don't know none of that today, man. Because you want to be so cool. You want the name. You don't want the money. You want the fame and the glory, man. You don't want the money, man. Young boys want old heads to respect them, so they out here wilding. The old heads want the young boys to still look at them like they something, so they out here wilding to prove a point. It's goofy, man. Say what you want, man. It don't make no sense. But if you ain't going to be an educator, if you ain't going to teach people the right way, you need to fall back, man, and stop putting out these false messages, man. For real, because your influence is crazy. And you influencing these kids on a different kind of time to do something nutty, man. But I'm going to go ahead and head out, man, because I can feel me like I'm really getting aggravated, man. Like, it's crazy, though, man. Like, but the streets turned into a super, super duper nutty, man. And people got to take the responsibility. And I always blame it on my generation, man. I always blame it on my generation. But I'm gonna work on that next piece. Coming soon. Trust and believe. Please like and subscribe. Comment. Let me know you was here. I'm just gonna keep keeping it real rap, man. I'm just gonna keep keeping it real rap. That's what the name of this channel is. That's what I stand on. And we're gonna keep getting it to you just like that, man. Salute.